Video game movies that disappointed fans. BloodRayne stands out against this sad backdrop. At its core, it is a fantasy action film about a child of a vampire and a human woman named Rain who hunts his own kin, in an attempt to get to his own father, the vampire Kagan. Uwe Boll, the director of the film, almost completely ignored the plot of the original game, stuffed what is happening with ludicrous dialogues and cheap special effects, depriving the action of any meaning. As a result, 6 nominations for Golden Raspberry, a total failure on receipts, $4 million on a budget of $25, and a verdict both from the critics and the audience. As for Uwe Boll himself, he continues his epical adventures in the movie business, delighting his fans with new creations and sending various amusing letters to the journalists. What can I say, that's his way. Super Mario Bros. The 1993 film was directed by Rocky Morton and Annabelle Jankel and based on Nintendo's iconic video game universe. The one where the mustachioed plumber Mario and his brother Luigi travel through bizarre worlds, saving princesses, solving riddles and battling the villain Bowser and his henchmen. The film is listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the first feature film based on a video game. And that is where its list of positive achievements ends. From a series of games, the picture has taken only the most basic backstory, and the rest the plot is completely unique. And very, very banal. As pointed out by critics in their reviews, the only thing that Super Mario Bros. Can boast, it is a good special effects for its time. The story was cluttered, the characters were flat, and the overall emotional tone was lacking even a hint of depth. It is not surprising that the fans of one of the most popular game franchises on the planet considered this adaptation a true betrayal. By the way, the role of Mario was played by Golden Globes winner Bob Hoskins, who later called the film the worst of his career. Doom: Annihilation 2019 was a very bad movie. The most eloquent thing about this film is its distribution model, straight to DVD. Yes, the picture about a group of space marines exterminating demons on Mars satellite Phobos completely missed the box office, appearing only on disc. It saved it from a box office failure, but it could not be saved from the crushing reviews, and the main thing, the stream of angry comments from the gamers. The actors played their roles as if they were on the set for the first time in their lives. The action was tiresome and monotony, the sound was made in a basement on a cassette recorder, and the plot caused only nervous laughter. In general, if you want to see a sensible film adaptation of Doom, pay attention to The Project of 2005 with Dwayne Johnson, but Annihilation is better to forget as a terrible, or rather, absurd, dream. To call Warcraft unequivocally bad, I can't help it. On the contrary, the director Duncan Johnson, who had previously filmed Moon and a Source Code, turned out to be moderately beautiful and exciting fantasy, and the collections at a budget of $160 million was $440. Nevertheless, around the picture there was a very clear negative background, created by longtime fans of the game universe. This universe has been actively developing since 1994, when Blizzard Studios released Warcraft: Orcs Humans. Today the Warcraft lore includes thousands of characters and hundreds of locations. It is incredibly difficult to work with such an array of information, so Johnson made a rather original decision. He moved the action of his picture to an alternative universe, where the same characters and approximately the same basic principles operate, but the events only remotely overlap with the game, so the plot is not tied to any particular game. In the end, fans were disappointed with this approach. Many critics also hastened to voice their "ew," pointing out the faintness of the script and comparing Warcraft to the third Hobbit. As a result, a potential sequel was cancelled and plans for a full-fledged cinematic universe curtailed. Assassin's Creed stepped on every rake that a movie adaptation of a video game can step on. The plot was yawning. Nobody from the star cast showed any particular interest in the work, and the domination of computer graphics drained the life from the events on the screen, turning the film into not a fascinating attraction at all. And the fans of Assassin's Creed had a strong feeling that the movie is just a parasite on the franchise ideas and mechanics, accompanied with the production of doubtful quality. That was the end of it. One might assume that video game film adaptations are a knowing failure, from which nothing good can come out in principle. But that is far from the case. There are a lot of examples in the history of cinema when a talented film crew treated the source material with care, and ended up with a watchable product. Such examples include the first Mortal Kombat, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, or even the new series The Last of Us. But that's another story altogether. Have a nice day.